$100,000 in my example. Now, when you start making when you continue to make your mortgage payment, you are actually building some equity in your home. And that's the purpose of the program, is to enable people to get back on their feet and start building equity so they don't feel like all they're doing is renting their home. The idea is when you buy a home, you have an investment that you're building in equity in.
Well, you've been listening to Jonathan Lack with Waterview Title Services. He's also with Lack & Lack Chartered, who is a real estate attorney. He's an advisor with the Florida's Hardest Hit program. And we're discussing some of the things that are available to people that, and then the reason why we're saying this is a lot of times we hear about these stories after the fact, and we thought, oh, I wish we would have been able to talk to these people. They'll call up maybe somebody will call up a real estate agent, not realizing that they can call us for advice. But let's just say they call a real estate agent, and the real estate agent comes out, they want to sell their home. And the real estate agent says, maybe they even ask, well, why are you selling? And they said, I just can't afford it anymore. I'm unemployed. I'm behind on my payments. I'd rather sell it now before foreclosure starts kicking in. And so they list the house and sell it. And then later we say, my gosh, you could have qualified for this loan. It kept you in the house a little bit longer while you're recovering from your financial situation. But because most people don't know about this special gift from the government, they go on with their business and they sell property that doesn't necessarily have to be sold because they're just uninformed. And that's why we're here. We're trying to pull back the curtain of information or non-information to let you know, the consumers, that there are programs available for you that are assisting, and that's why they call it Florida's Hardest Hit, because we were one of the states that was the hardest hit with the real estate debacle. That's what I like to call it. Back in, what was that, 06, I guess, or 05?
It started in 06, the programs and such. 08 is when we, as a society, recognized we needed assistance.
So we have assistance for you available to help make your back payments if you're behind on your payments. If you can't make future payments because you're still trying to find a job or get a little bit better paying job, and also buying down, they have a kind of a buy down program to get your mortgage down to where it's in line with what your property value is. John, can they qualify for both at the same time?
No. Well, the couple of answers to that. In order to qualify for the principal reduction program, you do have to be and have been current on your loan for the last 2 years. Current means I have to double check the criteria. I believe you can have a 30-day late, but no 60-day lates. So basically, the principal reduction program is designed for those who can afford their mortgage and are paying their mortgage, and the issue is that they just owe more than the home is worth. The hardest hit program is the opposite. You have to show that you are unable to pay your mortgage. So we talk about unemployed or underemployed as the initial criteria, but if you're underemployed, which is we define as the 10% reduction in income, but you can still afford your mortgage. Your mortgage payment is, the definition of affordability is 31% of your gross monthly income. So again, quick math examples, you make $1,000 a month, you're deemed to be able to afford a $310 mortgage payment, and if it's $311, you need assistance. If it's $309, you don't. So that's the math of the 31%. And in the hardest hit program, you have to not be able to make your mortgage payment, whereas with the principal reduction, you have to have been making it for the last 2 years. Now, we do have scenarios where they can potentially qualify for one. The program's been around since 2011, so we have some clients who in 2011 or 12 may have had hardest hit issues, and now they're recovered and all is going well, and now they're able to qualify for the principal reduction. The only issue with that is the maximum amount of money available combined through both programs is $50,000.
Okay.
So if you've used up $20,000 on the hardest hit program, then you'd only get up to $30,000 on the other, and et cetera. So while the hardest hit will provide up to $42,000, that's $18,000 in reinstatement and $24,000 in mortgage payment assistance. That's up to $42,000, and the other program is up to $50,000. The combined total available is up to $50,000.
Well, basically, I know we've thrown a lot of figures and facts at you, but if you or you know someone who is in a situation that maybe they haven't really explained to you, because a lot of people don't like to say they're behind on their mortgage payments, but you might have gathered that, they're struggling with their mortgage payments, or they know that they've been out of work for a long time. Just share with them, say, I heard about this great program that was on the radio, and give them the link to this radio show. Perhaps you're giving them a lifeline that they would have never known about, and make it just a general conversation. And I think there's a lot of people out there that would just relish knowing the information that we're providing today, but they don't have a source for that. So, think about that. If you have a relative, a friend, a neighbor that you think might get some information out of this show, share the link with them, and you can find that link at talknetworkradio.com. Go to the host section, and this show, as well as others, will be posted there, and we're happy to allow you to make a copy of the link and send it in an email, and you might just be helping save someone's home.
Yeah, Jean, that's great information. And I will tell you that I give seminars and workshops regarding the Hardest Hit program, and the program has been around, as I say, since 2011. And I usually do a show of hands at these workshops who's heard of the program, and it's usually under 20%, usually under 10% of the audience. The program is not being adequately advertised. So if you're hearing this broadcast and it sounds like it might help you, or it might help a friend or a neighbor or a colleague, there's no cost into looking into the program, and again, for the last 5 years, we've helped thousands of people, but there's thousands more out there who could certainly benefit from it. You can find more information. If you have any questions, you can call our office at Lack & Lack Chartered, area code 321-953-5115, or you can find us on the web at lacklaw.com. That's LACKLAW.com. And there is a link to the Hardest Hit website, which would give you the information directly from Florida Housing Finance Corporation.
So they can call you directly, and that's in Broward, Dade, West Palm, Brevard County, most all the major cities on the East Coast?
Yeah, we would be happy to answer questions throughout the state of Florida. My office services Brevard and Broward and Palm Beach counties, but we would help you with any questions you have. The purpose of this show is to provide valuable information to our listeners, and we happily provide that information.
Exactly. Now, let's just give them a scenario, too, that let's say they went ahead and took advantage of this great program, and they recovered, they got a job, things are looking better. Now, what can they do now? Can they refinance? Can they modify? How can you help them in that?
Once the program has run its course and it's hopefully served its purpose, so you've had this downfall and you've fallen behind on your mortgage, and now Florida Housing has come in and the Hardest Hit program has brought you current on your loan. They made your payments. You now have a job and all is going well. You're back on your feet, and what you can do from there is what you could have done before you lost your job. If you want to refinance, that would be available to you. Again, same criteria as it always would be, that you'd have the ability to repay any new debt. You have the right to sell the property. This does not limit you in any way. It's meant to free you to get on with your life after the disaster recovery of the job loss.
Now, I know this is not necessarily in our realm of expertise, but I know you know enough about this. The hemp program and the heart program, those are specific modifications that you know about.
Yeah,
but one of them is expiring next month, isn't it? The hemp program? There's one of them I thought was expiring.
I am not aware of expiration dates of the programs, though, again, with our new administration coming in, I'm sure there will be a lot of revamping going on. But whenever one program goes away, something new steps into its place. And I am actually quite experienced with the loan modification world at Lack & Lack Chartered. Unfortunately, the last 10 years has been spent doing what I call distressed property owners representation, where we've assisted a lot of distressed property owners, such as the Hardest Hit program, but others who can't afford their mortgage payment. There are programs out there, modification programs, where you can work with your lender to adjust the terms of your loan such that you can afford it. And as I said earlier, affordability is typically defined as 31% of your gross monthly income. So sometimes we can work with the lenders through government programs such as HAMP, which is the Home Affordable Modification Program, but there are many other both government programs as well as the banks have their own programs designed to allow you to modify the terms of your loan such that you can afford your mortgage payment, such that you can stay in your home instead of having a forced sale, be that through foreclosure or short sale or distress sale, et cetera. And one of the things I want to segue into, we've talked about it on other shows. Again, Jean Newell here with Waterview Realty Services and also your Hometown Solutions. You're an excellent realtor who advises your clients, and Waterview Realty has a number of agents who do so. I am the broker owner of that, and I make sure my agents are well versed in these matters because a lot of times people come to us, as you alluded to before, to sell their home because they feel like they're in a distress situation. They have no alternative.
That's the only option they have. Yeah. They think that anyway.
And the truth is there are options out there. Now, again, if somebody comes to me to sell their home, of course, we'll be happy to sell their home for them, but we will ask questions and confirm that they're not doing so under some false belief that they have no alternatives. We like to provide information. We like to make sure that we know our clients' circumstances so that we can best represent them, whether that's as a real estate agent, as a law office, or just send them to somebody such as one of our referral sources, Carolyn Wolf, with Certified Mortgage Planners. Maybe they're just in need of a HARP loan or some other type of loan wherein they don't need to sell their home and they're just not aware of this information. So what we like to do here at Your Hometown Solutions is provide information.
I know that hemp, it's pronounced hemp, right? Or hemp. One is a modification, and HARP is a brand new loan, a refinance.
Yes. Again, those are two different programs. One is designed to modify your existing mortgage such that you adjust the terms of it, be that extending the term from 30 years to 40 years or lowering the interest rate from 6% to 4%, a variety of different things that HAMP will do to make your loan affordable so you can keep the same loan modified. HARP is the Home Affordable Refinance Program. So that's where your current mortgage has got a higher interest rate. You owe more than your property is worth. So under ordinary circumstances, a lender is not going to lend you $125,000 on a house that's worth $100,000. There's no reason for a lender to take inadequate security. Well, the HARP program basically is a government program that assists the lenders so that the lenders will make that $125,000 loan on the $100,000 property so that you can refinance from a higher interest rate to a lower interest rate. That's the purpose of HARP, to lower your mortgage payment by being able to take advantage of current rates, which are lower than you might have had in the past.
Exactly. I know I was in a room full of agents not too long ago, at the Board of Realtors, and I just kind of did my own little survey, and there was probably about 35 people there, and I said, do any of you know about Florida's hardest hit? And not one hand went up. And that was a little frightening because here's a great opportunity. But again, if you're not used to knowing, if you're not available to understand the programs and be able to assist people, you're not going to even bring it up. You're just going to say they want to sell their home. I'm going to put a for sale sign in their house. And that's the end of it, where we might be able to actually let them stay in their home for a length of time or longer or forever, based on just their circumstances. So we want you to go find out more information. If you feel that this would be something that you would like to look into, or you know someone, or you have a colleague, Jonathan, tell them again your phone number and your website. They can get free information by going to a website, phone number.
Right. Mm-hmm. The best way to reach me would be at the law firm of Lack & Lack Chartered, and we can be reached at area code 321-953-5115 or on the internet at lacklaw.com. That's LACKLAW.com. And as I say, there is a link to the Florida Hardest Hit program on our website, so that would be a way to find more information. And I do put on seminars and workshops, so you can feel free to call to see if anything's coming up, but we will also speak with you one-on-one on the phone. So if you ever have any questions, just give us a call and we'll be happy to assist. And
for more information, you can visit our website at yourhometownsolutions.com. Thank you again for joining us. with your Hometown Solutions with Jean Newell and Jonathan Lack. And Jonathan, what's our little slogan? We help people discover everything from foreclosures to Feng Shui. Thank you, everyone. Talk to you next week.